Now let us see a few more MCQ questions in software engineering. First topic is software monitoring. Software monitoring. First question is, why is software difficult to build? Control changes, lack of reusability, lack of monitoring, all of the mentioned. The answer is C, the monitoring issue. Monitoring is a key aspect which requires much attention for a successful build. Next is, which of the following is not a conflict in software development team? Simultaneous update, shared and common code, versions, graphic issues. Can you answer this? The answer is D actually. Graphic issues, because these are the part of design which can be handled by the design team. Right? Which of the following lasts for the duration of the project and covers the development process? Lasts for the entire duration of the project. Monitoring all key parameters like cost, schedule, risk, taking corrective actions when needed, providing information on the development process in terms of metrics. So the answer would be A, because taking corrective actions when needed, whenever there is a problem, right? Mostly when we test, then we take some corrective actions, or when we make document, then we can take some corrective actions. And this about C, that is the providing information on the development process in terms of metrics. See, metrics can only be computed when line of code, say line of code or the FPs, function points, are there for us. Then only we can do. So it does not last for the duration. Though it is there, to certain phases, these two may be correct, but the actual answer is A, because monitoring all key parameters like cost, schedule and risk, they go all along the project. Now the next question is, which of the following is not a typical environment in communication facilitation? Not a typical environment. Can you answer this? The answer is C, multiple fest. Because this question, this answer is not related to this question. Otherwise, multiple teams, multiple user groups, multiple locations, these are typical environment in communication facilitation. Next is, which of the following is a software process? Software process. Analysis and design, configuration and management, business modeling. All of the mentioned. The answer is very intuitive. All these are software processes. May it be analysis and design, configuration and management, or business modeling. Next question is, which of the following is not included in issues meeting? Which of the following is not included in the issues meeting? The answer can be any of these. Can you answer this? Which of the following is not included in the issues meeting? The answer is C, discusses or discussion with business. Discussion with business is planning of QA meetings, not issues meeting. Okay. In issues meeting, we have issues gathered the day before, regular schedule of meeting, attendance. But discussion about the business is QA meeting. Which of the following is not a part of software configuration management basics? SCM basics. Identification, version, auditing and reviewing, status accounting. Can you answer this? Which is not a part of SCM. The answer is B, because this is a version, because the version is not a part of software configuration management basics. Otherwise, identification, auditing and review, status accounting, all these are the part of basics, SCM basics. Next is, what is the collection of software element treated as per unit of the purposes of SCM, software configuration management? So the answer is software configuration item. Okay, this software configuration item is a collection of software elements treated as unit for the purposes of SCM, software configuration item. Next is, what is one or more software configuration items that have been formally reviewed and agreed upon and serve as the basis for further development? Which is the one or more software configuration items? Can you answer this? The answer is B, baseline. Because one or more software configuration items that have been formally reviewed and agreed upon, this is baseline and serve as the basis of further development. Now the question is, what is validating the completeness of a product? What do you mean by validation? Because there are two aspects, validation and verification. So can you answer this? Validation. The answer is auditing and reviewing. See, validation is just checking that whether you are making the product right or right product, because verification and validation varies with this only. Validation is with respect to your SRS, that is software requirement specification. Verification is with respect to the different number of phases. Previous phase, what are the results, and you check, you verify it. So whether you are making the right product is the validation, and whether you are making the product right, that is the verification. So auditing and reviewing is validating the completeness of our product and that SCM procedure are being followed. What is group with the responsibility for reviewing and approving changes in baselines? What is a group? The answer is Configuration Control Board, CCB. This CCB is a group that with the responsibility for reviewing and approving changes to the baselines. Next is, in many settings, PM is a center of communication hub. PM, project manager. The answer is true. He has the authority, he has the role and responsibility of this particular thing. Next is, what is the specific instance of a baseline or configuration item? What is the specific instance of a baseline or configuration item? The answer is C, that is the version. Okay. So even the smallest development project should utilize some sort of version baseline control tool. Our next topic today is software risk and identification. Software risk and identification. So the first question is, what all has to be identified as per risk identification? What all has to be identified as per risk identification? C. Answer is D. Threats, vulnerabilities, consequences. So risk identification states that what could cause a potential loss, even it may be threat, vulnerability or consequence. Next is, which one is not a risk management activity? Risk assessment, risk generation, risk control, none of them mentioned. The answer is B, risk generation. See, risk management activities would never want a new risk to be generated. Why it would be generated? The answer is risk assessment, risk control. They are the risk management activity. The next is, what is the product of probability of incurring a loss due to the risk and the potential magnitude of that loss? What is the product of the probability of incurring a loss due to the risk and the potential magnitude of that loss? So the answer of this question will be A, risk exposure. So risk exposure is the product of the probability of incurring a loss due to risk and the potential magnitude of that loss. Risk exposure. Next question is, what threatens the quality and timeliness of the software to be produced? What threatens the quality and timeliness of the product? These are the four options for you. Can you answer? The answer is D, technical risk. Technical risk, they identify the potential design, implementation, interface, verification and maintenance problems. Next is, what threatens the viability of the software to be built? What threatens the viability of the software to be built? These are options for you. What threatens the viability of the software to be built? The answer is B, business risk. Because business risk, they often jeopardize the project or the product. These are the business risks. So these business risk threatens the viability of the software to be built. Next is, which of the following is not a business risk? Can you answer? Please read and answer. Which of the following is not a business risk? The answer is C, lack of documented requirements or project scope. So this is not a business risk. What business risk has, or what business risk, the implications or the factors which are considered in a business risk, they are building an excellent product or system that no one really owns. You have made a very wonderful, great, amazing product, but nobody needs it. Then losing the support of senior management due to the change in the focus of changing people. This is the other business risk. Then losing budgetary or personal commitment. Someone has told you to make this project, and then he has promised you to give some money, and now he has backed off or he has banked up. What to do? This is a business risk. Next is, which of the following is a systematic attempt to specify threats to the project plan? Systematic attempt to specify threats to the project plan. These are the options for you. Choose one of these. The answer is D. Risk projection. So risk projection is a systematic attempt to specify threats to the project plan. By identifying known and predictable risk, the project manager takes a first step towards avoiding them when possible and then controlling them whenever necessary. Next is, which risks are associated with the overall size of the software to be built or modified. Size. These are the options for you. Choose one of it. The answer is C. Product size risk, as the name suggests. So product size risk. These are the risks which are associated with the overall size of the software to be built or modified. The next question is, which risks are associated with constraints imposed by the management or the marketplace? These are the four options. Which risks are associated with the constraints imposed by the management or the marketplace? The answer is business impact risk. These business impact risks are associated with the constraint imposed by the management or the marketplace. Next is, which of the following item or term is best defined by the statement the degree of uncertainty that the product will meet its requirement and be fit for its intended use? Which is the answer? The answer is performance risk. Let me tell you that performance risk is best defined by the statement that the degree of uncertainty of the product will meet its requirement and be fit for its intended use is nothing but the performance risk. Now the next topic today is software reusability. Okay. So the first question is, reuse-based software engineering is a software engineering strategy where the development process is geared to reuse existing software. Is it true or false? Yes. You want to reuse the existing items. Why to reinvent the wheel? Then the open source movement has meant that there is a huge reusable code base available at free of cost, low cost, high cost, short period of time. The answer is B, low cost. The open source movement has meant that there is huge reusable code available at low cost. This may be in the form of program libraries or entire applications or some form of modules kept in a certain package. Next is, consider the example and categorize it accordingly. The example is, a pattern matching system developed as part of a text processing system may be reused in DBMS. A pattern matching system developed as a part of text processing system can be used in DBMS. Categorize this in these four. Can you answer this? The answer is component reuse. Component of an application ranging in size from subsystem to single objects, this may be used. So this pattern matching system is known as a component that can be directly used in a DBMS. Now the next question is COTS, commercial off the shelf. What are these? Commercial off the shelf. So these two are not there. Is it systems or state? It is A. Commercial off the shelf system are COTS. So COTS, product reuse, means, these are four options for you. Please read it very carefully and answer. COTS, product reuse, means, it is D. COTS product reuse means systems are developed by configuring and integrating existing application system, right? Systems are developed by configuring and integrating existing system. This means COTS product reuse. Next, .NET are specific to which platform? Is it more Microsoft? .NET framework, often we call it as .NET, is a software framework developed by Microsoft that runs primarily on Microsoft Windows, but not .NET framework also makes your configuration to be portable. This is an important aspect. Just like in how you can make a Java program portable just because you have a Java virtual machine. So JVM is there. For that, if you want to make the things portable, you have to put the .NET. Which of the following is a generic structure that is extended to create a more specific subsystem or application? Please answer this. These are the 4 options for you. Which of the following is generic structure that is extended to create a more specific subsystem or application? The answer is C. It is framework. So frameworks, they are implemented as a collection of concrete and abstract object classes in an object-oriented programming language. Next is an ordering system may be adapted to cope with the centralized ordering process in one company and a distributed process is in another. Which category the for example belong to? These are 4 options for you. You have to answer the ordering system that may be adapted to cope with the centralized ordering process in one company and a distributed process in another. The answer is A. Process specialization. So process specialization, the system is adapted to cope with the specific business purposes or processes. Next is 9th. What are generic application systems that may be designed to support a particular business type, activity, or sometimes a complete enterprise? What are the generic application systems that may be designed to support a particular business type, activity, and sometimes a complete enterprise? These are the 4 options for you. Choose one of these. Yes, you have chosen the correct one. The answer is A. COTS solution system. So COTS solution systems are generally called as generic application system that may be designed to support a particular business type, activity, and sometimes a complete enterprise. Now the next question is, which of the following is not an advantage of software reuse? Answer is C. High effectiveness. This is not. So the advantages of software reuse is, first of all, lower cost, faster software development, and lower risk. Okay, because when you are reusing that particular thing has already been standardized, checked, rechecked, employed. That is why lower cost, faster software development, and lower risk are the advantages of your software reuse. ERP is what? Is it enterprise resource planning or any other? The answer is B. Enterprise resource planning. These are examples of large scale COTS reuse. Next is, which framework class includes standards and classes that support component communication and information exchange? Which framework class includes standards and classes that support component communication and information exchange? These are 4 options for you. The answer is middleware integration frameworks. So this framework, which is known as the middleware integration frameworks, this framework class includes standards and classes that support.
Now we have seen few more questions on MCQ. More are coming. Thank you so much. Take care.